Hello, welcome to my favorite assembly of the year. I do this one every year. I love doing it. Now, I say all the time, all the teachers will say, at Wincham, we love a good book. And it's really cool to have your books that you read. You've been into poetry recently. It's really good to have the books that you're using for your topic work, whether that's Mr. Chicken going to London, or Shackleton going to the Antarctic, or Stone Age Boy, whatever it is. It's just really cool. But this one, you can probably guess what's coming, actually, because we're coming up to the summer holiday, and that fantastic organisation, the library, is doing the summer reading challenge. So I am going to challenge all of you to do some reading over the holidays. But what are we going to read? Well, that's the thing. You can go to your local library, you can join the summer reading challenge, and you can get books to borrow for free. So let's have a look at the website that has the summer reading challenge information. So here we go. This is the summer reading challenge, okay? And it's Ready, Set, Read, brought to you by Nike and Rebel Girls. Now, some of you will have read the Rebel Girls books, and they're really cool. So there's if you're taking part in the summer reading challenge, you could get your hands on a free limited edition book, Rebel Girls Kick It, World Champions Take the Pitch, and you can too. So there's 500,000 copies of that new book, but only if you take part in the reading challenge. Okay, so you can go to your local library and ask about the free Rebel Girls book. It's really cool. Available from early July at libraries across the country, and it's most suited for children aged 7 to 12. But that doesn't mean that you can't read it if you're a different age. But what else might you want to read if you're going to the library? Well, let's have a look and see if we can choose a book. So I've got the menu at the top, I've got books, find a read. So there is a Ready, Set, Read book collection with loads of recommendations put together by an expert group of readers for the summer reading challenge. Loads of ideas, just like when you go to our library and you see those recommendations on the wall with the chalkboards. And it's really cool because you can see what your friends have read, what the readers of the week have read. You can see what you want to read. But there is also the return of the book sorter. Here we go. I'm going to use the book sorter, and all the books have been added by children just like you. So you tell the book sorter about the sort of book you're after, and you get recommendations from children your age. So book type. What do I like to read books about? What do I like? I do like facts and information, and I do like fantasy worlds. Quite like comedies, funny stuff. I do like a little bit of spine tingler, so I'll put that in, but it's not my favourite. Friends and family, that's not so much me. History time, definitely. I've got a really good book by somebody called Jodie Taylor, and I love Jodie Taylor's books about people who travel through history and watch what's going on in real time, and that's going to be one of my summer holiday reads. I'm really looking forward to that. Quite like my comics. Not so keen on manga, but I do like my comics, so I've got some to read there. Right, that'll do. So let's close that one and find me a book. Here we go. So these are my recommendations. Okay, now what I haven't put in is my age. So these are a real mix of different things. So have a look at the titles on here. Put your hand up if you've read one of those. Put your hand up if you've read one that's in the series, but might not be one of these. So we've got Diary of a Wimpy Kid book 11 and book 2, but you might have read different ones. So I think if I was to put in my real age, it might be a bit difficult for me. I can put in 13 plus there and find me a book. Okay. So that's 13 plus, find me a book. Right, here we go. I can drag my options into the book sorter. Come on. Drag them in. Drag them in. Drag them in there. Drag them in. Keep going. and keep going. And now find me a book. Okay. And it's sorting the books based on my likes, based on my age. And it's still sorting and sorting. And then this will update with the sorts of things that I might want to read. Here we go. So First Term at Mallory Towers. I've read that. It's quite good. Grandpa's Great Escape. That's another good one. Oi Frog. Cool. I like the idea of that one. I like Tom Gates' books as well. And I love How to Train Your Dragon. Though I don't think I fancy the Christmasaurus in the summer holidays. But that's how you use the book sorter. I'm actually really, really looking forward to having some time to read during the summer, because I've been reading a book that's taken me quite a long time, just because I read when I go to bed at night and I fall asleep with it in my hand. So I'm looking forward to finishing that one. There's the book by Jodie Taylor that I've got to read. And there's a trilogy, 3 books in a series by a guy called Raymond D. Feist. And I read his old series of books and I loved them. They are absolutely fantastic. And he's written a new trilogy. So I've got all 3 of those books ready to read. And they're quite big, thick books. So I might not quite get to the 6 books that you guys are going to read as part of the summer reading challenge. So there's the summer reading challenge. I would like every single person in school to do it. I would like everybody to sign up to it. I would like to hear how you've got on with the reading challenge. I would like to find out if you've read that Rebel Girls book that comes free with the reading challenge when we come back to school in September. The next question that Year 6 children always ask me is, do I have to do it because I'm leaving? Yes, you do. Absolutely. I'm going to ask the teachers all to read lots during the holidays so they can share the things that they've really enjoyed. But then there's something else. Can you remember what we always do in the summer holidays? That's right. We always have a bit of a competition in class for the Extreme Reading Challenge. Now, this is where we want photos of you somewhere unusual, reading a book somewhere that you might not expect. Okay, so let's have a think. You could go into the bathroom and not run any water in the bath, keep your clothes on, and you could read your book in the bath. You could go to the park and you could read a book as you go down the slide. And you have your photo taken and mum or dad sends it into your class email address, your new teacher's email address. You could be on a plane on the way to wherever you're going on holiday, or you could be in a sleeping bag in a tent. Where else could you read? You might have a tree in your garden and you could sit at the bottom of the tree, leaning against it. You could climb up into the tree. You might have a family event to go to, and you might have to sit through Uncle Brian's 658th birthday, but you could sit there with a cake in the background and have your photo taken there with Uncle Brian. It might just be that your grandparents are visiting you and you want to have a photo taken with your grandparents, and you could read to them because that's lovely too. Or your dog, or your pet goldfish. You could read to your pet goldfish as well. I'm sure they'd enjoy the story. Let's think. I am going to go on a really long bike ride on my birthday, which is in the middle of the holidays. And I'm going to go on that bike ride with some friends. And I could have my photo taken on the bike, reading a story. What else have I got planned? I'm going geocaching quite a bit in the holidays. I could read a book with a geocache in my hand. Or I'm going on a long car journey at some point. I could be a passenger in the car. It's not safe to drive and read. I could be a passenger in the car and take a selfie there. So there's loads of ideas. Now, all of your pictures are going to be on display in school. So please, please, please take your photos, get mums and dads to email your photo to your new class teacher's class email address, and they will be on display in your reading area in your classroom. There is a competition for your teachers as well. There will be a prize for the best adults reading challenge photo. Now, I don't know who it's going to be. We've had some interesting ones in the past, but we'll see who wins. There will be a proper, genuine prize for the best photo. So we'll see who that might be, who you think that's going to be, who's going to win it. I wonder. Now, we talked about the Summer Reading Challenge, talked about the Book Sorter, talked about the library, talked about Extreme Reading Challenge. Are we done? Or do you think I should read you a story? I think I should read you a story. Yes, absolutely. So I've got two books that I would like to share bits of with you. One I'm going to share bits of, and the other one I'm going to share the whole story. So this first one I came across. I really like this idea. An interesting fact today. So you can just read one fact, learn something new, and then you can share that new fact with someone else. And I'm going to choose a random page with some interesting facts in it. So 3rd of May. If you're afraid of bats, never go near Bracken Bat Cave in Texas. Every year between March and October, around 20 million free-tailed bats settle there, which makes it not only the largest colony of bats, but possibly the largest gathering of mammals in the world. Wow. Right, today's date as I'm recording this is the 18th of July. Let's find a fact for the 18th of July. That's 11th, 12th, 13th, 14th, 15th, 16th, 17th. 18th of July, here we go. Did you know that the lines on your hands there, look at your hands, were there before you were born? They were formed when you were only 3 months old, and because of them, you can bend your hands without stretching your skin. Wow, that's pretty amazing, isn't it? Now, I do like this one. When I was a teacher, I had a poetry book in my class, and we had a poem for every day of the year. And when it was a child's birthday, they would find the poem for their birthday and they would read it out. So I'm going to indulge myself a little bit here, and I'm going to find a fact for my birthday, which is the 19th of August. Can you imagine saying something in Madrid and being heard in London? So Spain to London. Whales can communicate at this distance in the sea. That's incredible. I really, really like that book. And I've got this as a Kindle book, but I think I might have to have a copy in my office. I might have to buy that because I really, really like it. And then if you come to my office for some good work, I'll be able to share an interesting fact with you. So I really like that book. I think it's a really good book. And now I'm going to read you a really rubbish book. A really awful book. In fact, it's so rubbish, it's called The Worst Book in the Whole Entire World. Okay, does it sound good? I'm not convinced. Here we go. It says, this book is dedicated to all of the characters and authors who thought their book was the worst book in the whole entire world. It can't get much worse than this. You're welcome. The worst book in the whole entire world. Congratulations. You are now reading the worst book in the whole entire world. I bet you're wondering why this is the worst book in the whole entire world. Are you sitting down? Because you're about to find out why this book is the worst. Reason number one, there is only one sentence on every page. There's nothing on that page, except for that page. Right, there's nothing here. And that one. Awkward. Reason number two. Remember that super awesome red balloon on the cover? Everybody loves a red balloon. They're amazing. Well, it blew away. Oh dear. Reason number three, there are gross words in this book. Ooh, horrible words. I can't even read those. I'm not even going with that one. Oh no, now I remember, just don't turn the next page. I don't know. I'm not sure I can read this. Seriously, put this book down. Walk away. I'm leaving. Oh, booger toot, stinky toot. Toot booger, stinky booger. Stinky booty. It's horrible. I told you not to turn the page. Do we need to go on? Are you absolutely positively most indefinitely sure that you want to keep reading this horrible, horrible book? You chose poorly. At least I warned you. Reason number 4. I am all alone. Oh, sad. I am the only person, place, or thing in this book that's called a noun. Well, that's just great. So reason number 5, this book is educational. We've got a noun. Is this book the worst or what? Oh no, somebody's thrown a shoe at him. Reason number 6, you're not alone. Ha ha ha. Reason number 7, this book is not funny. Well, he seems to think it is. Wait, what's that? Oh no, what's going to happen with the pencil? No! Bye-bye. Maybe this isn't the worst book in the whole entire world. Oh, what's going to happen? Reason number 8, the end. He's gone. Blown away with the balloon. That was it. And there's more worst books in the world. It was a very silly book. But sometimes silly books are fun. Silly books are a bit of a laugh. I hope you enjoyed the silly book. I hope you enjoyed some interesting books. I hope you have a lovely rest of the week. And I'm really looking forward to choosing my extreme reading challenge. And I'm really looking forward to seeing your photos. Bye-bye.